Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we have our nursery tour where we are going to explore all the fun things that are available here at Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina. You might notice we have our first fall annuals here, but before we get into that, if you are a viewer of ours, you know that on Mondays we announce some fun specials online with gardeningwithcreekside.com. So this week we have some great options for you. These perennials are going to be in quart-size containers. They're already marked 50% off, so you do not have to use a coupon code. You can simply just add them to your cart and check out with no promo code needed. Now, fall is a great time to plant annuals and perennials and shrubs and trees, right? So with the perennials, we have got some that are going to be great additions to your garden. Go ahead, get them ordered, get them in the ground. We have a daylily. We have the Rainbow Rhythm series from Proven Winners. We have Blazing Glory. And yes, I have the phone here with some info for me. So Blazing Glory is going to be obviously a gorgeous like gold color that has like reds and burgundies in it. The Rainbow Rhythm series of daylilies from Proven Winners are some of the best daylilies I've ever grown. They have massive, gorgeous flowers that bloom for a long time. So you have got Blazing Glory is 50% off. It is $9.50 for a quart-size container. Next, we have some Dianthus. I love the names of these things. So they have the Fruit Punch series. The Fruit Punch series are Dianthus that they call a carnation type bloom. So they're nice and thick and full. We've got Funky Fuchsia for you. So if you like a real big, nice, bold pop of color in your garden, then Funky Fuchsia is going to be a great one for you. Beautiful, hot pink fuchsia blooms on it. And these are going to bloom more like earlier in the spring. If the Funky Fuchsia is a little too much for you, let's do Classic Coral. Classic Coral, as the name says, is a beautiful peachy pink coral color. Still has that carnation type bloom on it, nice double bloom, beautiful flowers on it. And then finally, one of the old time classic, and I say old time because it's been around for a while, is Paint the Town Magenta. Paint the Town series, they have single blooms as opposed to the Fruit Punch series that has the double carnation. So magenta has that beautiful, the whole entire plant is going to be covered in these beautiful pink flowers. So those 4 perennials are 50% off on the website. So like I said, go right now and go ahead and get them ordered. When they're gone, they're gone. So we are trying to get rid of this inventory so that they can be in your garden instead of sitting in our greenhouse all winter. So when they're gone, they're gone. Obviously next year we will have more, but take advantage of these perennials that are 50% off. Now, fun things here at the nursery. Like I said, we have got fall annuals. And these are ones that we grew here at Creekside Nursery. So here in the South, you can grow pansies and violas and mustards and kales all winter. These are gorgeous flowers that will bloom all season long. In my colder zones, right, maybe you're used to these violas being, or the pansies being a spring plant for you. Not here in the South. Here in the South, we grow these in the fall, the winter, and then roughly around March or April, it starts to get too hot and we pull them out of the ground. A beautiful assortment. So these are all violas. We don't have any pansies. So the difference between, they're coming, but right now we just have the violas. They're literally coming because they're up in the greenhouse and they're coming down. So let's talk about the difference between violas and pansies. Violas, Johnny Jump Ups, they have they're much smaller on the blooms, right? So you can see that like compared to on my hand, this is a beautiful raspberry blend. See, it's a tiny little bloom. But violas have smaller blooms, but they have more blooms per plant. All pansies are a type of viola. Now, violas are not pansies, but pansies are violas. I know it's a little confusing. Violas tend to be more cold tolerant and more heat tolerant. So that means throughout the winter, they bloom more prolifically. So you can kind of tell just by looking at the bloom size if it is a viola or a pansy. They're going to be full sun. So if you have a shady area, they're not going to do well in the wintertime. I would love to have some like up against my kitchen windows, but I get zero sun and they just wither away. These need to be in full sun. If you are a follower of Creekside Nursery, for several years now, we have done this Ms. America. This year we grew it ourselves, and so Ms. America is a mustard. It is a gorgeous, I mean, it's deep, deep purple, almost a black. Y'all, this thing will get, I'll say pretty huge. I mean, it gets massive. So if you're familiar like with a kale plant, how big kale gets, this is going to be like a thriller filler. You can put it in the landscape, you can put it in containers, however you want to mix it with your other fall, winter annuals, you can do that. Also, it is edible, like it's a mustard, like you could actually eat it. Has a beautiful spicy flavor to it. We're selling it obviously as an ornamental to go with the violas and the pansies. So you've got the raspberry, you've got a citrus mix, and these are, yes, they're a little bit on the smaller side. There are 2 plants per container, but they're ready and we want to go ahead and get them out into your hands. Look at the gorgeous blue. I love blue. And see, this is, I tell myself every year, I'm not going to plant pansies and violas. I'm just tired. I just want to stop. And then I see all these gorgeous plants and I'm like, well, maybe I'll add some. So you've got blue, then you've got white, and then we have one of my favorite ones. This is Beacon. And so Beacon Field, beautiful bicolor of the creamy whites and the purpley blue. Love this. So your violas, your pansies are literally on the way like right now from the greenhouse. Mix and match, use them however you want to, containers, landscape, you name it. Now, this is a really fun perennial grass, and I am sure that you are familiar with muhly grass. Maybe you don't know the name muhly grass, but here in the South, I know it because I can speak for us, is that a lot of times they will use muhly grass on, like the DOT will use it in mass landscaping. This is the one that has the cotton candy pink plumes. We're getting ready to go into it. But sometimes it can get really big. This is Undaunted, and Undaunted is gonna be more of a petite guy. This is only gonna be 2.5 feet tall, hardy in zones 5 to 10. It is just starting to put on the plumes. These will open up and be a beautiful pink. I know it's hard to see because they're so light and airy, the camera's probably not picking them up. But if you love the muhly grass, but you don't need, because some of those muhleys can get really big. Undaunted is a really fun one because it's more petite and it loves the full sun and it loves to be dry and neglected. So don't overwater it. I have lost a couple of muhly grasses just because my areas were too wet, and so loves it dry. That's why the DOT uses it so much, because they're out and about on the side of the highways and they're completely neglected and they absolutely thrive. They're going to be bringing in some pansies, so we'll come back here in just a little bit just to go over a couple of other things. Like I said, it is the perfect time. We are going, y'all, it is September, October, November. Perfect times to be planting your perennials and your shrubs. Let's redo some landscape. If you need to tweak something, now is a great time to do it. My shade people, sometimes we get the shade gets a little neglected around here because we personally have a lot of sun gardens, but I do adore my very limited shade that I have. If you are looking for an evergreen color in your shade garden, Carex grasses are the way to go. We have 3 different ones here that are going to be an evergreen. They are they have that kind of that low, like a weeping habit to it. I have used Everillo in numerous areas in my shade garden. And remember, a shade garden is 4 hours or less of sun. So it can be in the sun, preferably like a morning sun, but they will do well. So you've got Carex, you've got Feather Falls. Feather Falls to me is probably, I would say, my favorite Carex grass. Everillo is pretty close. But Feather Falls, when it is happy, it gets huge and it just has this beautiful draping habit to it. You've got a beautiful bicolor. It is hardy in zones, because I know people are going to ask, 5 to 9. So very adaptable, gorgeous. And then if you're looking for a little bit of blue, you've got the blue zinger. So the blue zinger is a great Carex grass. Y'all, pair it with that chartreuse, right? Put them in that same area. Maybe don't have to be like, you know, in the same container with each other, but you put them close to each other. These are some colors that are harder to find in a shade garden. So there you go. I'm holding on to one of these guys to add to the shade garden. I'm thinking I might put it in a container, but I love this blue color. So evergreen grasses for the shade. We have a little bit of the mouses left as far as those petite little hostas. They're so stinking cute, y'all. You can put them, I love how Cece has put them like in little unique stone containers. They're not planted, they're just sitting there. But that gives you ideas on how maybe you would want to use them in your garden. So these are those little petite hostas. A lot of times they're in the quote, the mouse family. So there's sun mouse, there's mighty mouse, there's mini skirt. I mean, there's all the different kinds, Pandora's box. Cute little petite hostas that you can put in the container. I love putting them in the container, or you could also put them in the landscape if you see them up close. All right, let's see. What shall we look at next? Huh? What was that?
Gold and purple.
Yes, so this is a great combination right here together. And you stay right there. I wanna go look at something right quick because this is, here we go. I'm gonna slide this baby right on over. So the reason I'm doing that is because this is a great landscape to put together. Predominantly evergreen. You have got the Forever Goldie arborvitaes, right? Y'all, I love this plant. I have one directly in the landscape at the chicken coop, but I also have some of these in containers on the back porch. This is an arborvitae. It is a soft, small tree, right? Loves the full sun. You want it to have sun so it keeps this golden color. If it's more in the shade, it's just gonna turn green, right? So this is going to be a gorgeous color, and then you compare it with like the Purple Daydream loropetalum. Purple Daydream is gonna be your more petite loropetalum. It's not gonna get huge. It's in that 3 to 4 range. These are evergreens. Now, what I pulled over was the Bloomerang Dark Purple Lilac. And the reason I did this is because this is a re-blooming lilac. These guys go in the full sun. Well, guess what? So does dark purple. I have a Bloomerang Dark Purple in the backyard, and I just literally told Jerry last night, I was like, look, the lilac is blooming again. Here in the South, sometimes we can struggle with lilacs because of our heat and humidity, especially at night. Dark purple has handled it like a champion. So yes, it's going to be deciduous, but imagine you put your Forever Goldies kind of in the back, you dot a couple of the Bloomerang Dark Purples in between them, and then come in with your loropetalums. You have got a beautiful color variation within the landscape, flowers that are fragrant and smell divine. So this is a really fun pairing that you can put together for a landscape. They're bringing in the pansies. We will check on that. This is the transition time, right? So it's a transition time for you in your garden. Well, it's also a transition time here at the nursery where we're kind of slowly saying goodbye to our summer annuals. We're bringing in the fall. I will let them get working on that because, let them work, then we'll come back. Now, if you're coming to the nursery, Cece does an amazing job of putting these pairings together. So if you come in here and you're looking at this is a shade display, right? So she has done a magnificent job of putting displays together that you literally can plant together. So this is going to be a predominantly shade garden. You've got this sweet little, I think she's called the Savannah Girl. This is the small Savannah Girl from Unique Stone. She put a little bird seed in there, but you have got camellias, right? So you can put in that Sasanqua camellia. They've got buds all over them. You're going to get winter flowers. You've got a pittosporum. This is the Mojo pittosporum, a great evergreen, along with your camellias in evergreen. Then that's where we mix in. Look, you've got hostas, and like we're talking about with the carex, the little mini hostas, the eucharas, and then the cast iron plants, aspidistra. If you have got dry shade, you need cast iron plants. We're going to be talking more about these in an upcoming video, but if you're familiar with Mimi's garden, right, lots of dry shade, she has tons of different kinds of aspidistra because it's a beautiful evergreen, drought tolerant. The deer don't like it, critters don't like it, but a beautiful, colorful display for your shade garden. We do still have some things that are like perennials with a hibiscus. These are still the buy one and get one free, so you can add those to your garden. And then, just tons and tons of options here at the nursery, whether you're looking for the Diamond Spire gardenias, right? A beautiful evergreen paired with, look at this. Look at this grass, y'all. This is Desert Plains. This is an absolutely beautiful, more on the kind of petite side, I would say. You've got your barberries, you've got coreopsis, you've got azaleas, tons of beautiful color for the full sun. This is a great time if you're looking at redoing your landscape, then this time here in the Southeast is a wonderful time to do it. Let's see. Let's go look at the pansies. The lady stepped out right quick, so let's just show these right quick. They're still bringing some more down, but just to show you the difference, right, on your pansies. So look at this. Remember how big the viola was? Look at the pansy, right? Much bigger bloom on it. So you've got a bigger bloom on a pansy, but a little less as far as per plant. So we've got some golds and some yellows, and of course more of the Ms. America kale, mustard, not kale. You want to go to the shade garden? Yeah, why not? Let's just go on over there, and we'll walk and talk as we go. Here we go. All right. So we've got lots of perennials for you available. Like I said, this is a great time to be adding in perennials to your garden. I know, in fact, Mary Claire just came down and she was like, Jenny, there's this stash of perennials in the greenhouse. And I was like, yes, they're mine, don't touch. I've been waiting to plant them. I'm getting ready to plant them now that we are in the fall season. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's my favorite section here at the nursery. We have got, if you're looking to plant hydrangeas, if you want to add hydrangeas to your garden, this is the time to add hydrangeas to your garden. We don't want to add hydrangeas to our garden in even like late June, July, August. Oh my word, they just don't do well here in the South when you do that. Hydrangeas do great when you plant them in September, October, November, December. They love it. So whether you have a shade garden and you're looking to add in a beautiful like oak leaf hydrangea, this is Munchkin, I believe it is. Yes, this is Munchkin. And Munchkin is going to be one of the most petite oak leaf hydrangeas. Obviously it's called an oak leaf because of that beautiful oak shaped leaf on it. Oak leaf hydrangeas also, this foliage is going to turn a gorgeous burgundy in the fall. So yes, you're going to get your flowers, but you're also going to get a lot of fall interest with them as well. Your macrophyllus. So your macrophyllus and your serratas tend to be more shade loving. Great time to plant them. So we have tons of like the Let's Dances. In fact, this guy is actually reblooming. We're getting ready to have a fresh bud on this one. So if you're looking to add hydrangeas to your garden, now's a great time. Now's a great time also to be adding camellias. We have a lovely assortment of camellias. Yeah, look, we've got another fresh flower right here. Buds on those. That is the Let's Dance. Got to see the tag. Oh, Ariba. I do enjoy Ariba. A beautiful reblooming hydrangea. So camellias, now's a great time to do it. So you can have the big leaves or Sasanquas, Japonicas, sorry. These are Japonicas. These bloom from like January to March, right? Big, huge leaves on them. That's how you know it's a Japonica. So whether you want, like this is, we've got White by the Gate right here. Beautiful, massive, double white flowers. Classic southern shrub, right? So these camellias are going to do great in shady areas like this, filtered sun, or like you can get morning sun and then a break in the afternoon. Typically the old-fashioned camellias do not do well in full all-day sun. However, that is one thing that we adore about the camellias from Southern Living, especially the October Magic series, is that they want full sun. We've got a couple of them down on the shrub lot. So if you have a full sun area and you're like, I really want a camellia, we've got them. So whether you have a shady area and you want camellias, or you've got a sunny area and you want camellias, we've got a camellia for you. But just keep in mind that it is a great time, whether you want to refresh your, your annual containers with some fall flowers. We're going to be bringing in some more. This was the first year that we decided not to grow mums, and we're kind of slightly kicking ourselves because of that. But we're going to be, but we're having them, right? We're bringing them in. I say we're kicking ourselves because Jerry grows an amazing mum, and we would love to have those mums. We're bringing mums in. So we will have mums available, I would say, within the next week or so. We'll let you know when they come. Your pansies, your violas, your kales, your mustards, all those fun components that we love for those fall containers. We will have everything for you. So come see us Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3. If there is something that I covered today and I did not go into great detail in telling you the plant zones, the planting zones, the hardiness zones, all the different sizes, these videos are meant to give you a great overview, let you know what is available here at the nursery. You can do some research on your own, come here, talk to us. We would love to help you. When you visit a small local garden center that's family owned and operated, that's where you get the personal service. We are here to help you pick out those plants, help you design your gardens, whatever we can do to help you become the gardener that you want to be and have the garden space that you want. That is what we do here at Creekside. So we would love to see you Wednesdays through Saturdays at 9 to 3. As always, we hope you found this fun, informative, and inspirational. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.